Welcome, day 10 of the wrap-up here at the Nutrien Classic, Tamworth, New South Wales. Things have just gone ballistic here today. The roof has been lifted off with the money, the amount of big-time money earners we've seen here today. With me, a legend from today, Joel Fleming. Joel, what a day. What a huge, huge day for Nutrien.
Oh, it's been unreal. There's only one way to describe it. Like, it's an industry-changing day, I would say. But it's just huge. The whole event's huge, and it's been great. But like today, especially, was a bit of a game changer.
We'll get back to the sale in a moment, but we'll just go through last night. The main arena, we knew it was going to be big. We knew it was down to two horses that could win the Stallion Shootout. They had a 4-point lead, roughly, on the other horses coming in, so things had to go drastically wrong, and that was never going to happen with Hugh Miles and Time's Up and Ben Hall, Sherrow's Traditional Acres. Come in, Ben Hall, 23 yard, does enough for the win, 205 points. On a horse that, has been here for a long time at the sale, huge supporters, Andrew Sheridan. It's, to come in and win that Stallion Shootout. We also said today is a game changer for the industry. That's probably a game changer for that stallion now to be on this level.
100%. And it's, it is all about the horses, but like, credit where credit's due. The jockeys, like Ben Hall, he's as consistent as there is at the moment and on fire.
He's won 4 drafts here over the week.
Yep, never been done.
And, he's won the Masters, he's won the Classic, won the Stallion Shootout, won the NCCA Rider. There's not a lot more that you'd want to win.
We can't win the Young Guns.
Why's that? But, it was huge. The atmosphere last night was outstanding, as it always is on that night. But let's get back to today. The talk around the stadium, it's 15 years the sale's been running. It's taken 15 years to get over a $500,000 lot. $550,000 was outstanding. Lot 497, bad in black. All the Nutrien guys are saying, about time you stepped up and sold one for this sort of money. You're outstanding. The people, Mark Barton did tell me that there is a true way to sell livestock. It was such a professional, such a fine-tuned display of auctioneering, and you must be extremely proud.
Yeah, it was a great moment. There was a lot of homework going into that moment too. It's not just fly by the seat of your pants, but at the end of the day, it's like any other auction. You got to know your product, and you do the best you possibly can for the vendor on the day, and it was no different in that regard. But certainly there was a lot more pressure. Like the atmosphere had been building all week for a couple of horses here, and that was one. So it was always going to be a high pressure moment. But everybody was on song. The horse was on song, and it just all fell into place for the horse, the vendor, and the buyer. So.
And we say obviously the purchaser, Terry Snow, Willinga Park, huge supporters of the sale and have been for a long time. They've bought some wonderful horses out of the sale. Good to see them, supporting the concept as everyone is, it's a great moment for them as well.
Oh, a massive moment for them, and he's one of the men behind the industry changing to where it is, with more money, higher level competitions coming into the sport, and therefore these horses, and then it all comes back to horse sales. These horses being worth more at the sales because the prize money's there. They can see what they're going to, they have their own breeding programs. They know where they're going to go to stallions. Like, that horse is going straight home to get embryoed. So he, it's great he supported the sale, and as an industry, we've probably got to thank Terry for, what he's doing for the industry as well.
Yeah, 100%. Huge effort. Not often you get to do these wrap-ups and really only focus on the horses that make over $100,000.
We actually just said at the back of the box, and we haven't added it up, but we said how many horses have made over $100,000. Like a horse today, and it takes nothing away from the horses that are making 60 and 70 because they're exceptional horses in themselves. But you go back 6 or 7 years ago, a horse goes in there, makes 60, 70 or 80,000, the crowd stands up and gives them an applause. Well now, 60, 70 or 80, that's, that you're paying that, they are decent horses, but we've got so many above 100, and now this year alone we've had, multiple horses over the 200,000. So it's just gone up it's really revved up another gear.
Another supporter of the sale is locally here in Tamworth, Kubar Performance Horses. They've bought Pete's Pet Squirrel, lot 593 for $190,000. Another huge achievement for the Donald Park stable. Debbie Gessler selling the horse there. Like that's a huge price on its own.
Oh, massive! And Debbie's a good supporter right across all the sales, and they've got proven bloodlines. And as far as Roger's side of things is concerned, like he's a big supporter of the industry as well. He was an underbidder actually on one of the underbidders on the high price horse, and then he runs his own camp draft out there. He's got his own breeding program, so yeah, he's well invested into the industry.
We go down into lot 638, a horse that stood a lot of inspection, a black Hazelwood Conman mare out of the Highbrow Cat from Mount Hercules Pastoral.
Yep.
Dave and Candy Thorne. $160,000 late in the sale.
Yeah.
Dave's ecstatic because someone has come and paid good money, exceptional money, for what he believed was the best horse he's brought to the sale ever.
Yeah, and a bit like what a cross to start off with. One of the only, from what I believe, out of one of the only black, if not the only black highbrow cat mare in the country.
In the world.
And then, but just a beautiful type, like the mind, the nature and the type of that horse were exceptional.
Yes.
Like it was very, like as far as picking out minor faults in that horse, I don't know if you can.
No, and when you've got someone like that's word behind it,
yep.
you can have that confidence to turn around and buy. They've gone to repeat buyers from up there, Kyogle, northern New South Wales. They bought metallic cat mares and that, in previous years. So yeah. Once again, you've got those buyers coming back to spend that big money on the sale and the horses.
Oh yeah, and happy to spend the bigger money for something that they know's right, and somebody that's prepared to stand behind their product.
Now we're going to go through to where the entire sale sits so far. Currently over $13.8 million. Average is over $26,600 with a 91.1 clearance rate. In auctioneers' terms, where does that put you? How does that set the scene for any sales to follow?
Sets the scene for a big party tomorrow night. But sales to follow. Who knows? Like that, we've already outgrossed last year, and we've still got a full day to go. I guess leading into the sale with so many horses, we were a bit sceptical on not the average price. We knew it'd be solid because of the quality of horses that was coming, but the clearance rate was going to be the big thing. But the clearance rate stood up through all those days and will stand up again tomorrow. So, where to next year? I don't know. Everybody's breeding programs are so strong, and like this year, you can see that there is that performance on the bottom side of a horse has become crucial. Like it's crucial to have performance through that dam's side. So, but you look through the catalogue, there's a big majority of the catalogue with that, So where to from here, mate? I think it's going to get bigger and better. There's more people, investing in the industry.
It's becoming a normal, the norm now. Like last year, you're already up to that mark before the last day. Now this year, doing the same. it's just phenomenal. What the Nutrien team have done for the performance horse industry and how it's growing is just outstanding.
Yeah, and it's not, certainly the late Charlie Marr and Mark Barton paved the way, and there's been a fair few on board helping and behind it since then. But it's don't worry. There's a lot of people that are vendors here or buyers here that actually helped out behind the scenes in those early days. Like it's not only Nutrien. It's far from that. There's a lot of actual competitors, vendors, and buyers that helped this get to where it is.
Well, it's going to be such a fantastic day on day 11 here at the Nutrien Classic. All the competitions wrapped up. Now we just got to wait and see all the horses get sold and hopefully see them all back here next year. Captain, you've really lived up to that nickname you've got now, and
you were looking for exceeded expectations there, I believe, when you were struggling for words.
That's what exactly I was looking for. But Captain, you're just the man. You're leading from out the front, and that's what a good captain does. they lead from the front, and no doubt you'll be leading tomorrow. But what an outstanding sale, and we can't wait to see the last day.
They can't wait to see you tomorrow, Brett.
Thank you, Joel.
Thank you, Brett.